Hello and welcome to my channel, Triple Moon Mystic. This is a reading for Divine Masculine air signs for January 20 through January 31. Today being 1/20/2020 seemed like a great day to post some videos. So I'm going to be using a number of decks and I will call them out as I use them. Hopefully I won't forget, but they will be listed in the description box if you're interested. So let's jump right in. So we're gonna start with the Spirit of the Animals Oracle. And what I wanna do with these is take a moment and just pull the animal energy that you and your Divine Masculine counterpart are resonating in for the next 11 days. So this isn't necessarily your spirit animal, but it's just sort of energetically the animal you're resonating with right now. So let's start with our Divine Masculine air sign. The animal you are most resonating with right now is the dolphin. Play. Swim in the happy joy of living. Inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into your wisdom and go with the flow. That's beautiful. So that we're gonna sit right here and let me see for the feminine, dealing with Divine Masculine air signs. What is the energy? Which one is it? Feeling this one. Hawk. Messenger. Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Okay. So while he's resonating in this joy, or looking for his joy and abundance, and inhaling confidence, exhaling fear, going with the flow, you are opening your vision, seeing signs from spirit, eliminating distractions, and really working on your own personal ascension. And that is exactly where you need to be. So I'm also going to be using the Lover's Oracle to get a energy for the connection in general. Like, where is this connection vibing energetically right now? And these are a little awkward to shuffle, but I've sort of gotten it down to where I can get them shuffled pretty well. You just grab a hold of them, right? Okay. So, all right, Spirit. Can we get a card for the connections with these Divine Masculine air signs and the feminine counterpart? What is the, okay, so we're just gonna take that and go there. All right. Forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on the past, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. I love this. So I really feel like it's resonating with these spirit energies that we just looked at, because we're talking about joy, confidence, overcoming fear, going with the flow, going with your intuition. Water is so much about the subconscious, and it's like he's just really connecting with his flow, and you are, tuning into spirit as well. So it's letting go of the past and focusing on the reality you create by thinking, dreaming, and imagining. So yeah, it's very synchronistic. I like that. I'll set that right there. Okay, so let's jump right in to see how the masculines are feeling. Just overall, in general, not necessarily, it doesn't have to be about the connection. We just kind of want to look and see where they are right now in their current situations. So we are using the Gilded Tarot for this first spread. Okay, air sign. Divine Masculines, January, 20 through 31. What have you got for the next 11 days or so? Goodness. All right, let's try this again. All right, first card, the Hanged Man. Okay, so this masculine may just be sort of doing nothing, just sort of chilling. All right, the next two cards we have is Page of Pentacles. So it's, you know, it's about learning, studying, and the Seven of Swords. So Seven of Swords are about, you know, wearing masks, sneaky or deceptive behavior. But when it's next to the Page of Pentacles like that, what I'm getting, especially after looking at this Dolphin card, is that this masculine is learning about himself. Ten of Wands. Well, Ten of Wands, first of all, it's a 10. So that means he's ready to put down the burden. And Wands, of course, is carrying a heavy burden. I mean, it's really weighing on him. And this is absolutely lovely. With the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor. I love this. This group that I'm channeling is on their way. You got the Emperor energy. Actually, I'm going to put this here. Emperor energy. He's not doing anything, but he's really studying his past behavior. He's learning about himself, connecting with his subconscious, and he's really ready to close out this cycle and put down the burden. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. Okay. So that's just sort of an introduction to the energy that he's resonating in. And we're going to use the same Gilded Tarot to start looking into the connection. So the first question we're going to look at is, when he thinks about you, Divine Feminine, how does he feel in his heart space? How is he feeling about you? What's he feeling when he thinks about you? Okay, so I'm going to get... Oh, I thought that was going to... Oh, there we go. That's the first one. Okay. Four of Wands. Okay, that's pretty good. Four of Wands. Some people see that as the twin flame card, the 11-11 card with the two, you know, the 11-11 with the columns. It's about commitment and long-term commitment, marriage, stable foundations, essentially. The Star card. This is about healing, and it's also about, I see it as wish fulfillment. We got more water. Look at the water as compared, you know, with this Dolphin card. I mean, he's really digging in deep. And we have the King of Wands. King of Wands is a passionate man. He can, you know, in his shadow aspect, can be sort of an arrogant man, but really he's very passionate about what he does, and he's creative. And I love that he's a king, because kings are mature. You know, no more pages. He's moving into that king energy. I like to see that too. He's thinking about what excites him, what his passions are. We're going to get one more card for how does he, when he thinks about you, how does he feel? How is he feeling about you? Okay. Interesting. So we have the Queen of Swords. He feels that you're very honest and direct, and it could be that the last time you spoke that, you know, you may have had some hard truths for him that have really pushed him in the direction to start thinking about his choices and his decisions and what he really wants in life. And those may have been the things that you told him. And with the Queen, we have the Emperor. This is fantastic. We just saw the Emperor, and now we're seeing the Emperor again here with the Queen. You know, he sees himself with you. But the Emperor he embodies all the kings, just like the Empress embodies all the queens. You know, he is stable, he's emotionally mature, he is practical, he's a planner, he, you know, takes care of himself and those around him. Yeah, he's all of it. And, you know, you really made him stop and think and reassess all of these things about when he thinks of you. He sees you as that person, that one person that can be honest with him. And he wants a stable foundation. He sees you as his wish fulfillment. He sees you as that one person who he can connect with on that soul level. I'm just getting that. The bottom of the deck is the Five of Swords. So it's very possible that in the past that there was a lot of mind games and stuff going on. And I see the bottom of the deck as sort of an overarching energy for the line. And yeah, underneath that, juggling, Two of Pentacles. Yeah, so you may have been going through a period of time where he hasn't really been honest and straightforward with you about what's going on with him. And he knows that. So when he thinks about you, he feels like he wants to heal. He wants to come for a stable foundation. He feels that you are connected with him on a soul level, and he is passionate about you, and he sees you as truthful, honest, and straightforward, and has really pushed him to reevaluate all these aspects of his life. I love that. I love that. Okay. So when we look at the next row, we're going to be talking about how he sees you. When this masculine thinks about you, how does he view you in the world? How does he view you in the connection? All right, let's get a couple cards from this is the, the Thelema Tarot. All right, first card out is the Devil card. Interesting. So I'd like to get some clarifiers before I speak on that. The Devil doesn't necessarily, he thinks you are the devil, but there could be some underlying energies. Okay. Knight of Cups. Wanting to come forward with an emotionally, with an offer. Talking about love offer. Okay. So when you look at the Knight of Cups with the Devil, I kind of feel like, yeah, this is all, yeah. Three of Cups. I'm just going to go ahead and pull this last card before I start speaking on this spread, because I see what's happening here. And this sort of explains, yeah. Seven of Wands. And this explains a little bit about this Five of Swords, I feel like. So, bottom of the deck, Six of Cups. Did I not say with the Star card, he sees you as a soulmate? You know, you may have had more than one lifetime together. It's also a card of reminiscing, you know, looking back on old memories. But it's definitely, in a love reading, I see it as a past life connection as well. I'll stick that here. So when he sees you, when he thinks about you, how does he see you, right? So we have this Devil card, which represents anything low vibrational. Honestly, it can represent addiction. It can represent, you know, cheating. It can represent a codependency. Anything of that nature that's sort of a low vibrational energy. Knight of Cups is about a love offer. Three of Cups, in this sense, I mean, it can mean reunion. And when I see it with the Six of Cups as the overriding energy, I am getting that I'm going to look at this more as a reunion card as opposed to like a third party card, which some readers do see it that way, and occasionally I do myself. And the Seven Wands is standing your ground. So when he sees you, it's like he knows that the way things went down in the past, maybe there were issues with codependency, maybe there was a third party involved at some point, and where he wants to come forward toward reunion, but this time he's ready to stand his ground. I feel like maybe he was listening to people. He was allowing his ego to get in between you, but this time he's not going to allow that. He's ready to stand his ground and defend this union. So perhaps there were others involved who were blocking it or didn't approve of it for one reason or another. But I really feel that when he sees you, you make him want to come back and fix what happened before. Okay, so what kind of action does he want to take? We're going to use the Tarot de la Nuit to look at what action he wants to take. And as we get all the cards, we're going to the rows out. We're going to look at them also from the top down aspect as well. But I want to get all 3 rows out before I speak on that. So, how is this masculine? What action is he wanting to take towards his feminine? We're looking at this in the action aspect. What action does he want to take towards the feminine in this connection? Oh no. Okay, what action? Well, cards are kind of all over the place. Try this one more time. What action does he want to take toward his feminine? All right, let's just give it another shuffle. Cards are a little stubborn. Maybe this must be a really big message. I don't know. I think they just want to make sure we get it right. So let's shuffle one more time and try again. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is crazy because we have the devil, the major arcana in the second row. The first card out is the devil. That's crazy. Okay, right there. Devil card. Next card out is the 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands is about conflict. And I also see it as too many people involved. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Okay, we're going to get one more card for this spread. Wow. So I'm really getting here that... Okay, let me get this last card. 9 of Swords. This is creating a lot of anxiety for him. Coming forward is creating a lot of anxiety. Let me get the bottom of the deck here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. 6 of Cups, which was the bottom of our deck here. 6 of Cups. So this 6 of Cups, as I'm looking at it, reminds me more of reminiscing, thinking about past times. This 6 of Cups is a very lonely woman. Also brings to mind thinking of the past. So he is very, very heavily thinking about what happened in the past. Because we've got 6 of Cups on the bottom of the deck twice in a row, and we have the devil twice here. I mean, for 2 major arcana to come out, one on top of the other, in the same position, this is a huge message. And so it's funny, nothing wanted to shuffle out, and I said this must be really important. It's very important. Whatever happened between you two, so when I'm looking at it this way, we have the devil, and this is a woman and a man. 2 different devil cards, 2 different depictions. This is one of the reasons I love using mini decks. 2 devils, a man and a woman. I really feel like he must have chosen someone over you. I think that could very well be what happened. Right? He made a commitment to someone where he couldn't make one to you. So with the 5 of Wands, I said this is about conflict. And I also see the 5 of Wands as too many people involved. So when he made his offer, what he thought was his wish fulfillment, I guess. This created the fault. This was the breakdown. This was the breakdown in the connection. And this King of Wands with the Three of Cups and the Queen of Cups. This Queen of Cups isn't particularly happy. If you look at her, I feel that you were probably left out in the cold. And if you look at this deck, I'm telling you, it looks like the same woman in the Queen of Cups and the Five of Wands cards. Yeah, you got left out. And this is giving him a great deal of anxiety. A great deal of anxiety. He wants to come forward, but because of all of the things that he did in the past, he has a lot of anxiety. I'm really feeling like, I don't know if I want to, I had a plan for how I was going to do this, but I'm feeling like I need to possibly, let me just go ahead and use these oracles. Mystic Moon Oracles. Her cards are available on Etsy. She's a YouTube reader that I enjoy following. All right, so what is happening in this connection? What's happening? Okay, so we have the Awakening card over the two devils. So it's like he's beginning to understand. He's coming into awareness of what he's done, how he has affected people, and that he settled. See right here, settling underneath the Star and the Knight of Cups and the Five of Wands. He took the easy route. He settled for something less because it was easier. I'm just feeling like it was easy. It was easy, and to be honest with you, probably a karmic partner, and it was meant to be, see, probably a karmic partner. Balancing the scales, the Justice card, and Justice is a card of karma. So when this King of Wands, who I did say in the beginning can be kind of an arrogant and overly confident, made his decision to leave you behind, it was a karmic decision. Had to happen. Had to happen. Lessons needed to be learned. Karma needed to be closed. All right, and for some of you, the fall may be a significant season in the connection. But it's also a time when of purging. The leaves, the green on the leaves. Look, I'm looking at this card when I think about this. The green on the leaves, it's like the bloom is off the flower is what I'm getting. The bloom is off the flower, yeah. So in the fall, what happens? The flowers die, the petals fall, the leaves fall, and they go into hibernation until spring when a new growth can occur. But what I'm really getting from this is the flowers off the bloom. And now he knows it. Now he knows it. But he's ready. You've told him. You told him this. And he's beginning to understand. He's coming into an energy of where he's ready to stand his ground for what he knows is right. But it's giving him a great deal of anxiety. A great deal of anxiety. Okay. So that's kind of where he is right now. But I want to get into some messages for you to help you to understand what you need to be doing right now, because that's really where the focus of these connections should be. If you're the feminine, your focus really should be on the feminine. And yeah, it's completely normal. We want to know what's going on with the masculine. We want to know how he's doing. We want to know who, what, where, why, and when. But, the most important thing is really focusing on you and your own personal spiritual journey. So let's look into that for you now. All right. So the first deck I'm going to be using is called the Untold Truths of the Heart Oracle by AquaMoonlight, who is a YouTube reader. Oops. Her decks are available on her Etsy page. And these are really beautiful cards. Not so much luck with the shuffling there. I think they must be ready to fly out. There we go. Whew. All right. So first question is just, we would like some advice for the Divine Feminines watching who are dealing with these air signs. Okay. The Chase. It says preparation, relentless pursuit, and victory. All right. So as those of you who are watching probably know, in the twin flame dynamic, you have a runner and a chaser. So, which are you? Or what energy are you in? Okay, clashing, differences, incompatibility, and conflict. Okay, so card number 2. I'm going to get all the cards out first so I can get a little bigger picture before I start talking about the messages here. All right. I don't know why they want me to just say something might be significant about the word chase. Maybe there's a feminine out there who's dealing with someone named Chase. I don't know. It just came to mind, so I speak it. Okay, here we go. What did I say? I said, okay, hold on. I'm getting an alert on my phone here. Sorry. Thank you. All right. Karma. Destiny. Cause and effect. Consequences. Okay, and what did I say earlier when we saw, I forget which card it was, but I know that I talked about karmic cycles needing to take place in order to move forward in these connections. Okay. Oh my God. This is crazy. Deja vu, past life, karmic lessons, and repeated patterns. How many Six of Cups did we see? We saw 2, both on the bottoms of the deck. And past life, that's what I said. That can indicate a past life relationship. And this is all, like I said, it had to happen. Had to. It was part of it. It's part of the learning that needed to take place. Okay, and so we got the Devil card twice. And here, I'm getting infatuation, addiction, and compulsion. This is Devil energy right here on the bottom of this deck. That is crazy. So it to me sounds like your masculine was very much caught up in physical connection with somebody that was too enticing to say no to. Again, it could be addiction, could be sex addiction, take for how it resonates with you. But we've got some serious karma that needed to be closed out. And definitely karma can be past life stuff. And so, my experience with these journeys is that many of the masculines are carrying the bulk of the karma of the connection. Karma that you created in this lifetime and the last lifetime. And the feminines are carrying more of the chakra type blockages and healing energy. So that's why we're in the roles that we're in. The feminine works on ascending, spiritual journey, clearing blockages, healing, all of those things. And the masculine is doing the same, but he's doing it through karmic experiences. And with those karmic partners, they come into our lives because we've all had them. And, the difference between a karmic partner and a soulmate and a twin flame connection are actually not as complex as you might think. A twin flame is someone who you have a deep, immediate knowing soul connection with, like you've known this person your whole life. And it's a difficult journey, but as a result of your contact with your twin, it pushes you into your spiritual ascension, to your awakening. A soulmate is a very comfortable connection. You feel like you've known each other forever, and it's typically a very easy relationship. A beautiful one, but a very easy just everything just kind of works from the beginning to the end. It's just a beautiful flow. And a karmic relationship is difficult. It's painful. It is one that will teach you lessons, as opposed to putting you on a path of spiritual ascension. That is where you're going to learn the lessons that your soul needs to grow. Not necessarily ascend, but grow. And karmic relationships are extremely difficult to release. Because if they're easy, you can't really learn any lessons from them. So there is some karmic lesson repeated pattern that's occurred over and over between you and your twin in more than one lifetime that you are destined to repeat until the lesson is learned. But with getting both of these cards here, clashing, differences, conflict, the conflict, it's karmic. The chase, it's all part of your destiny. But with this chase card, we also have the word victory. So I feel like it's very possible that this is the lifetime when you'll finally be able to close that karma. 2020, you've probably all heard, is a foundational year for spiritual connections, for personal spiritual growth, for many, many things related to the spiritual life and spiritual journey. And, you know, there are a lot of twins that will come back into union this year. And right now what I'm seeing is that karma is at work. And, you know, that's what he's working on closing out for the two of you. So have compassion, because some of that karma he's got to heal, you two created together. It's not only him, it's both of you. And so, you know, just like some of the wounding and the things that you're clearing through your chakras are partially his fault, you know, that's how it works both ways. So the first card out is a view from above. Get the bigger picture. So it's like I've just been talking about this whole time, taking a higher perspective, understanding it from the larger view. Valiant courage. Take action with passion. So you see this I see it as like the Knight of Wands riding in on his horse, you know, to make his offer. But it's also about facing your journey with courage, right? Knowing that no matter what you do, you literally can't screw it up. I mean, if you're a twin flame and you share the same soul, how on earth can you lose your soul? You can't. So how could you lose your twin? How could you mess that up? You're connected on a soul level, a connection that can't be broken. You may not be with him physically, but you can't lose something that's you. It's going to always be with you. So move forward on your own journey with courage. Everything is smooth sailing in the flow. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Don't resist what's happening. Don't resist where spirit is leading you. And if you feel led to release this connection for the time being, it doesn't mean that you're cutting the connection or that the tie won't still be there. It just means that you're putting your focus elsewhere, on you. There's nothing you can do to mess this up. You can't. Your twin and you are one. He is you and you are him. Look, you're protected. You're cherished. Nothing you can do. It's like Archangel Michael standing there. He's a protector. He's a guardian. You and your connection are protected by the angels. You can't mess it up. You need to focus on your own journey, on your own healing and ascension, while your masculine focuses on his. Okay, so I want to also get some cards out of the Starseed Oracle. This is, I believe it's a fairly newly released deck, and I love it. Twin flames typically resonate with Lightworker, and if you resonate with Twin Flame and Lightworker, it's very possible that you are a Starseed. And if you know you're a Starseed, you're going to probably resonate with these cards and the messages here. If you're not a Starseed, or you don't know if you're a Starseed, and you resonate with these messages, I would suggest, you know, doing a little research about what that means. But here's a few more advice cards about you on your personal ascension journey, which is really what's going to bring all of this together. Okay. The first, see, what have I been saying? Called Soul Gifts and Training. It's time to step up. So I'm going to step out on a limb and say that those of you listening out there have been called to a personal mission, a personal journey. You know that there's something, a gift, a spiritual gift that you have, or something to offer, like the healing arts. Like maybe you've been wanting to take classes to get certified to be a yoga instructor. Maybe you want to learn how to read tarot cards. Maybe you want to teach music or make music that inspires people, create art, any of those kinds of things. You're being called. Here it is right here. If you were wondering, yep, here's your confirmation. You're called to step up. The next card out, Star Brothers. What did I say? Protection, safety, trust. You are protected, and so is this connection. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. You're protected. Get on mission. Start doing what it is that you have been called to do. Let me get two more cards here. I mean, the whole point of the journey is soul expansion and growth. And if you're sitting around focusing solely on what your masculine is doing, you're not growing, you're not on your mission, you're not fulfilling the contract that you came here to fulfill. So you're destined to repeat cycles until your soul ascends. You're going to keep going through this, and I for one, don't want to go through this again, ever. Okay, here we go. The Courageous Peony. Multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. So whatever this mission is, they're talking more about mission here. Let yourself be seen. Don't be afraid of what others think. If you're worried about what people think, if you're, you think that I didn't worry about launching a YouTube channel at some point, and, this is just, I'm only a couple of weeks in, and I contemplated it, and I did think about, like, what will people say if they see the kind of readings that I do? They're going to have all these questions, and I don't know if I'm prepared to answer all of that, because I don't talk about my personal journey with very many people. So, sometimes you just have to trust and take that courageous leap of faith. All right, weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. Again, this is stop worrying about what your masculine is doing. Worry about you. Don't worry about him. Okay? And if you're feeling energetically connected to your masculine person and it's weighing you down, then I really encourage you to do a meditation, go in and ask your guides to block him from you energetically. And blocking him from you energetically doesn't cut the connection, it doesn't damage the connection. In fact, it helps the connection, because you don't need to be bogged down in your own personal journey with what he's going through right now. So if you ask your guides to block his energy from you so that you can't feel it, it doesn't mean that you are doing anything to hurt the connection. And you may not feel him, and he may not feel you, but there's always that inner knowing of that you're connected. But sometimes you just need a break from all of that baggage that's not yours. So don't be afraid to go in and talk to your guides and ask them to just block him energetically for you, even if it's just for a while, to let you have some time to rest and recover and focus on your own mission. Okay, finally, we're gonna get some romance angels just to kind of get some, that was personal advice, so now we're just gonna get a little bit of relationship advice here. What does Spirit have to say to you about your connection with your masculine. What do you have to say? Air signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, what messages do we have from the Romance Angels? Okay, the first card out is stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So positive thinking, that's, raising your vibration. And just to understand that, when you hear people talk about raising vibration, nobody can be on 100 all of the time. Having a high vibration is about positive thinking in many ways. So it's not that you're expected to constantly feel like you're on a high, but when things come your way that trigger you or put you into a lower vibrational energy, high vibrational is to look at it, to acknowledge it, to go through it, and then to release it, knowing that it's all for your soul's highest good. So ignoring those low vibe feelings, those triggers, isn't going to heal them. It's just going to push them aside to bubble up another day. What you need to do is go through them. Allow them to happen. Cry if you need to cry. Whatever you have to do. But once you've released it, you will automatically begin ascending into a higher level of vibration. That is what high vibrational is all about. So, staying optimistic, positive thinking. This is part of the guidance for you. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So what I'm getting from this card is that if in the past, the connection you didn't feel like you could say how you really felt for fear of maybe your masculine walking away or for fear of triggering him, I don't know, I'm feeling it's like a fear-based thing. You didn't really want to say what you needed to say or say how you felt, but know and trust that your feelings are real and worth expressing. Very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So, this is a really positive sign. I mean, we saw that you're masculine. He's looking at himself. He's re-examining himself. He's diving in to those subconscious waters, diving into that, his own spirituality. Okay? Very soon. So decide if you're going to go on the soul journey with him and move forward on your spiritual path, or you're going to continue to resonate in low 3D energy of worrying about what he's doing and who he's with and when it's going to happen and what the timing is. Make a decision so that this can come in, because calling in your soulmate, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. These cards go right together very soon in calling in your soulmate. Prayers, affirmations, and visualizations. This is all about, look at that archangel there, connecting with your angels. You are protected, remember? You're protected. She is calling out to her higher self. Prayers, affirmations, visualizations. So I feel like this is very strong confirmation that, we got the card calling in. If you've been called, oh, look, bottom of the deck, soulmate. This is your soulmate. And this deck doesn't have a twin flame card, so, I would see this as a divine connection card. Soulmate, twin flame, so on. I'm not really for labels, but I use them because it's what people understand. Any case, it's time. It's time for you to get on your purpose and your mission. So we're gonna get a couple of twin flame messages before we close out, just to see what your masculine has to say to you, and we'll do that before we finish the read. All right, DM air signs. What do you have to say to your counterpart? Being apart has been life-changing for me. Yep. You, as a twin, have triggered your divine counterpart into his soul ascension. That's what twin flames do. You're changing his life. His paradigm is shifting. He's, having a new perspective. All right, let's get a couple more of these for you before we go. Oops. What else do these feminines need to hear? Lying was easier for me than telling the truth. Yep, 7 of Swords energy that we saw. I know you're right, but I need to come to my own conclusions. And that's what he's working on right now. He's working on coming to his own conclusions. And I need more time to figure it out. That's okay. Let him take the time. And while he's doing that, you know what you need to be doing, feminine. And that's getting on mission. So, going back to this connective energy, what did we have? Forgive. Stop focusing on the past. It's too precious to waste. Create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. And then remember these cards that just came out. And remember the 6 of Cups, reminiscing past events. All these synchronicities here. Messenger. Spirit is sending you signs. Open your greater vision. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Ascend. See? This is all coming back together. And our masculine, what is he doing? He's finding his joy again. He's becoming confident and releasing fear. Fear of commitment, fear of emotional vulnerability. He's going within. That's Hermit right there. Diving into wisdom. He's learning to go with the flow and to stop resisting the journey. This is absolutely beautiful. So, feminines out there, I hope this was helpful for you. If you liked the video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like a private reading from me, my information is in the description box. So have a great rest of January, and I will talk with you soon.